Okay, so what if I told you that you could build a stronger, smarter brain for your child just by making a few simple swaps in your daily routine? Sounds pretty good, right? Well, today we're going to dive into exactly how to do that. I know, this is a tough question to even think about, but it's a really important one. I mean, what if the little habits we rely on every single day, at mealtime, playtime, or bedtime, are secretly slowing down our child's development, and we don't even realize it's happening? And this is why it's just so critical. Get this. A staggering 90% of your child's brain growth happens before they even start kindergarten. 90%. That is a huge window of opportunity, and it's one we're going to make the most of, starting right now. All right, let's start with the big one, the one that I think almost every parent struggles with: screen time. And listen, I get it. We've all been there. Sometimes you just need a minute to breathe, and a screen can feel like a total lifesaver. But there's a hidden cost to that convenience. And the effects, they're surprisingly real. We're talking about studies linking too much screen time in kids under 3 to things like delayed speech and attention problems. See, their little brains are busy wiring themselves based on real-world human interaction. And screens? Well, they can kind of crowd out those vital connections they so desperately need to grow. Now, the key here isn't about throwing out all the screens and feeling guilty, not at all. It's about a simple trade. What if you just swapped 30 minutes of screen time for 30 minutes of connection? Reading a story together, or even just having them help you with a simple chore. That stuff lights up so many more areas of their developing brain. It's building language and emotional skills that a screen, well, it just can't. Okay, next up is a habit that can honestly feel totally unavoidable sometimes: inconsistent sleep. I mean, we all know a tired kid is a cranky kid, right? But it goes so much deeper than that. It's actually a form of sleep sabotage. I love this quote because it illustrates it perfectly. When your child is asleep, their brain isn't just off. Oh no, it's hard at work. It's like this busy overnight workshop, filing away memories, building new learning pathways, and literally cleaning out junk. So when sleep is all over the place, that vital workshop, well, it has to shut down early. So what's the fix? Well, it's all about one word: predictability. Research is pretty clear that when bedtime drifts all over the place, it can actually weaken things like problem-solving skills and emotional control. The solution is just a simple, calming routine. Maybe a warm bath, a short story, and trying to keep it within the same 60-minute window each night. That predictability is like a powerful signal to their brain that says, okay, it's time to wind down and get that amazing sleep you need. Okay, get ready for this next one. This one might sting a little because, honestly, almost every single one of us parents does it. But it has a really shocking effect on how a child's brain develops. It's what I call the harmless treat trap. You know the one. If you're good at the store, you'll get ice cream. Or, handing over a cookie to stop a full-blown meltdown. And look, in the moment, it totally works. But over time, it's actually rewiring their brain in a way we don't want. So, here's the science behind it. When food, especially sugary food, becomes the go-to reward, the brain's pleasure system it gets hijacked. Instead of learning to develop its own self-control, their brain starts to link comfort and happiness just with food. And this whole process actually weakens the prefrontal cortex, which is basically the brain CEO, the part in charge of all the big stuff like decision-making and impulse control. So, how do we fix it? Simple. We just swap the reward. You can still give their brain that happy little dopamine boost it's craving, but you do it with connection. Think enthusiastic praise like, wow, you did it, or 5 extra minutes of playtime, or a special one-on-one activity. These things actually strengthen the brain's CEO instead of working against it. All right, our final habit is another one that's a little bit shocking, mostly because on the surface, it looks like great parenting. You know what I'm talking about? We pack our kids' schedules with classes and activities, thinking we're giving them an edge. But this can actually backfire. And the reason it backfires all comes down to a super important set of skills called executive function. Think of it like the brain's air traffic control system for stuff like focus, creativity, and self-control. And here's the thing. That system isn't built in a structured class. It's forged during unstructured, child-led free play. It's in those moments when kids have to figure out what to do next all on their own that they're building this critical system from the ground up. So the swap here is so simple, but it is so powerful. Just carve out 30 to 60 minutes a day for pure, unstructured playtime. No screens, no schedules, no adult direction. Just give them some blocks, some space outside, or some open-ended toys. It might look like they're just doing nothing, but I promise you, inside their head, their brain is building the very foundation for their future success. So let's just quickly recap those 4 simple swaps. Number 1, trade just a little bit of screen time for connection. 2, make that bedtime routine predictable. 3, swap out the food rewards for praise and special time. And number 4, protect that precious time for free play. See, these aren't huge, overwhelming changes. They're just small shifts that can have a really massive impact. And that brings us to the final, and maybe most important question. Looking at these 4 simple swaps, which one feels doable for you? Like right now, today. Because building a better brain for your child doesn't require a total life overhaul. It just starts with one small, intentional change.